Hey guys, don't forget to read what's on the screen right now before the video begins. Thanks, and we hope you enjoy it. Hey guys, Hybrid here, and today, we experimented with this before and we actually made a video, but then we ended up not ever uploading it because, at least me personally, I wasn't happy with it. But CJ brought back up the idea, so we thought, hey, why not give it another shot? So this is something that we're calling for now super science. Basically, what it is we're going to take different science-based things and try explaining it to the best of our ability, like how I guess they would be explainable to us. But keep in mind, the warning thing should have said in the first place in front of the video. Me and CJ, neither one of us have PhDs in biochemistry, biology, general science, chemistry, any of those. I'm a mechanical engineering major. CJ's political science major. So honestly, we're doing the best we can here with the science. So if it is wrong, that is why we are not doing this on purpose. The purpose of this video is to educate as best we can do for you guys. Also, this is comic books. It's fictional, so it's never going to be 100% accurate. And if it is 100% accurate, that is a miracle. So first off, let's start off. Obviously, Super Soldier Serum, popular because that is what was given to Steven Rogers and helped him become Captain America. Now, I'll start with the physical effects of the Super Soldier Serum. Now, there's a popular misconception. The Super Soldier Serum not only enhanced him physically, but also mentally. And we'll get to the mental stuff later. But right now, let's get to the physical stuff. Like I just said a few seconds ago, technically the serum would not be like a quote-unquote serum per se. Well, it could be a serum, but it would really be a DNA virus, most likely. The reason is because either he would have to take multiple... It's like when you drink something. Eventually your body's going to flush it out. Very similar to, if you want to use another comic book drug, the Miraclo that Our Man used. It got flushed out of his system, it stopped working after an hour. And then he had to wait 24 hours to use it again. And, during that time he got superhuman strength, speed, etc. Unless Steven Rogers wanted to have to drink the Super Soldier Serum every once in a while to replenish what it did, it would be a DNA virus. And that's because it would have to replicate itself inside of the host. Via a DNA polymerase or DNA replication. Most likely the virus would do replication. I believe that's the image on the screen there. But the polymerase is just, how it would be injected into the body. Obviously it would be injected through a needle or something like that. But I mean, in general, for the virus to, DNA, inject itself, etc., etc. Now, in regard to the peak human athletic performance, the Super Soldier Serum would primarily affect the cardiovascular and muscular systems. For the cardiovascular system, the red blood cells in Captain America's body would be somewhat altered a bit to hold more oxygen than probably they would before, and also nutrients. Just in case you didn't know, red blood cells don't only carry oxygen, they also help carry nutrients and spread it throughout the body when they circulation, move around, and all that stuff. So the veins and arteries also would be a little bit larger than usual. Not too large, because that could be potentially dangerous to someone's health, but just a bit larger enough to allow a very, very efficient flow of blood cells so they could travel throughout the body at a much more efficient rate than normally would. So with this, the body can remove carbon dioxide from the cells easier because, believe it or not, that's something they have to do. And, and also, in case you didn't know, I know some people don't know this, we inhale oxygen, we breathe out carbon dioxide. Now, the oxygen and nutrients that are given to the muscles will help them continue their muscular activity, I guess when Steve Rogers is fighting or just working out, something like that. Now, for the muscle activity, the body, stores ATP, aka adenosine triphosphate. I totally screwed up the first part of that. But anyways, it's what produces the energy for contraction. It's the main thing for that. So ATP is actually produced, in case you didn't know, from glycogen, fat, and protein in the body, which is primarily manufactured by the liver. When the body breaks down glycogen into ATP. A side effect, though, is lactic acid, which is responsible for a lot of muscle fatigue. Sorry about that. Captain America's most likely, his cells probably have large amounts of water and also holds more amounts of oxygen like we covered before. Both of those things resist the buildup of lactic acid. I know a lot of people don't know this, but yes, your cells do hold water. But for the muscle increase, most likely the super soldier serum would stimulate the satellite cells, which are what repair the muscle fibers from trauma, or after trauma, to the muscles. So this causes muscle hypertrophy, more specifically the myofibril hypertrophy for the increase in increase in strength instead of purely size. A lot of people like bodybuilders, especially like aesthetic bodybuilders, usually they'll lift for symmetry and for aesthetics, which, by aesthetics, I mean to look good. So, they're not necessarily lifting to be strong, they're lifting to look strong, which is very, a lot of not athletes do that, but a lot of actors do that if they have roles. I'm sure actors like Chris Hemsworth do that, Chris Evans do that, because to build that much like lean strength muscle would be very, very hard. Perfect thing is look at Olympic weightlifters. They lift obviously the most weight anyone really is lifting around the world. That's why they're in the Olympics for weightlifting. Now look at a bodybuilder. Just that comparison is what I'm going for here. Also, the levels of myostatin in the body most likely will be decreased, so that the muscle growth will not be inhibited during myogenesis, which is the formation of muscle tissue. So the muscles and bones also will be probably denser. They'll be augmented to be a little bit denser than usual, because usually your bones get more brittler over time. So I don't know exactly what would be done to make the bones denser. Maybe Captain America and other people with Super Soldier Serum, they're just drinking a lot of milk, because I know milk's good for your bones. But they'd be denser to support more stress on the body, because, that's part of, that's really important to be able to support that stress. It's basically what you're doing when you're lifting weights. So anyways, this allows Captain America to lift more, run faster, and take more damage while also performing his activities longer. So just a very brief explanation there for the physical stuff, and much more briefly for the mental stuff. Like I said before, a lot of people seem to forget that Captain America also received mental enhancements due to the Super Soldier Serum. His brain is able to encode, store, and retrieve information along with, processing it at the peak of human efficiency. So, some people have photographic memory. Some people have a memory that's ridiculous to the point where they can see something for the first time. They don't even have to stare at it. They just see it and they instantly memorize it. And they're instantly able to replicate it either through art or some other form of description. So Captain America fits in around there. He doesn't have a photographic memory. He has an idiotic memory. Or not idiotic. It's E-I-D-E. I can't even spell it right now. I'm having memory issues myself, retrieving it. My retrievals messed up. But anyways, moving on with my issues. The different parts of the brain work together in a perfect blend. The neurotransmitters are able to send electrical impulses across the brain at the fastest rate humanly possible. Because remember, he's not superhuman, he's peak human potential. So by that means he's the peak any human could ever be without being classified as superhuman. So it's a very, very complicated thing to explain, and I'll explain it in a little bit more detail in just a little bit. So perception, also, he's augmented to the peak of performance through the production of most likely specialized receptor cells. So, obviously Super Soldier Serum is doing a lot for the body. Like I said, this is a fictional thing. So a lot of this, is impossible. The specialized receptor cells, for example, that is very unlikely to be developed later on in life by the body. That's something that would be developed more in the early developmental stages of your life. More, exactly while you're actually developing into a life. So basically, by peak human potential, I said I'd recap what that meant more closely. That means literally if someone were to lift a pound more than someone with Super Soldier Serum, they would have to be superhuman. That's just as strong as you could possibly ever be as a human being, as smart as you can ever be as a human being innately. And I'm not saying super smart, I'm saying innately smart, as in like IQ, or, just like I said before, memory better than photographic memory, recall better than the best recall any other human has right now. So Actually, let me explain the memory part better. People can be smarter than him. It's just that he has the potential to be smarter than anybody else because innately his brain is just basically, it processes information better. It retrieves information better. So yes, you could still be smarter than Captain America, because I know when I mention that stuff about the mental enhancements he received, a lot of people get thrown off. They're like, wait, but Tony Stark's smarter than Captain America. Tony Stark is still smarter than Captain America. Not saying you can't be smarter than him. It's just innate intelligence, like what you're born with. So yeah, this is a really brief video. I hope this helped explain some aspects of like how the super soldier serum works, how it like changed Steve Rogers' body around, or anyone that has had the super soldier serum in general. I know, like I said before, I'm not a scientist. I have no PhDs whatsoever. I'm just a student like all of you guys. Well, not all of you, but I'm just a student. I'm still learning, and I hope this taught you guys something also, which is that first off, fictional things are very fictional, and also the bullshittery of comic books is at an all-time high, especially in the 1940s. So this is Hybrid, and the next one will probably, if this does well and you guys like it, the next one will probably be Vibranium, I'd assume. I know me and CJ are talking about Vibranium, but yeah, comment below. Do you guys like this series? This is episode 1, so I'm sure there are things I can improve on. And when CJ does it, I'm sure there's things he can learn from what you guys say also before he does his first super science video. So comment below what your guys' thoughts. Do you like the prospect of the series? Do you not? We'll really kick in the gear after we finish wrapping up season 4 of Comic Book Versus, which I believe has 5 episodes left. So probably, if this does well, in about 4 to 5 weeks, we will release the next episode, and then from there, probably will be a weekly thing. And also character bios. I know we always promise, or at least I'm promising, oh, they're coming back, they're coming back, they're coming back. They really are coming back. I'm just really stuck in finishing them and also finishing the screenplays, because both of them obviously demand a lot of time respectively. So without wasting any more time in this video that you guys are lending me by watching it, it's Hybrid, and I'll see you guys later.